Welcome back. Magnezone. Magnezone. Cut it out right now. You're gonna regret this. Welcome back, guys, and welcome back to my lab. In this episode, I am going to showcase Magnezone. You might have seen it in my previous battles because I always used it in the back or in the lead when I use Lucario or the other Pokemons that I've been showcasing. The reason why I always pick Magnezone because Magnezone is such a solid pick for this meta. And I just wanted to showcase it this time, how cool and wild could Magnezone be, as you saw how wild it was just a minute ago. So what I did is I used Magnezone in the lead with Spark, and I also use it with Wild Charge and Mirror Shot. So, and then of course I had to pair it up with something tanky because Magnezone is not tanky. However, it's good against, of course, Dragon types, unless they're using Waterfall or something like that, like Gyarados. But it kills Gyarados or fainted, but you have to be careful. So anyways, we'll talk about it and you will see it in the matches. But so I packed it up with the big slob Snorlax. And I keep saying that I really don't enjoy playing with Snorlax, but I can't ignore the fact that Snorlax is just really good in this meta. So I have Snorlax, and then I paired it up also with, of course, Gyarados, with Waterfall on the Gyarados. Because I just, the reason why I switched out Lucario, because before you guys ask me, is because I've been running into so many Garchomps. So the Garchomps are a problem for the Lucario team. But when I swap it out to Snorlax, then Garchomp is more manageable, as you're gonna see in the next few battles as well, especially when I add Outrage onto my Snorlax. I know lots of people don't run Outrage, but I need it if I get locked in against Dragonite, or if I get locked in against, the Garchomp, then, or Garchomp, you know, just able to counter it. So that's why I have it on my Snorlax. And then lastly, that's basically the team. So guys, let's just dive into the battle. Alright, so Magnezone right into Swampert. This is something that you don't actually want because you don't have nothing you can actually hit that Swampert with. So what I normally try to do here is basically farm up and swap on the charge move, but almost never works out because the opponent always expects you to farm, bail out on the charge move. But that's fine, so we're gonna usually go into Gyarados, because Gyarados has a pretty good matchup against almost anything in this meta. So it's alright. I mean, this is also alright. We're gonna be able to almost take out Snorlax with basically no shield here. Maybe I invest into one shield, but I'm not even sure. But at this point, with each matchup against Snorlax, Gyarados is doing fairly well, as you guys can see it. And then I'm just shielding this because I'm thinking this is an Outrage, and Outrage would one-shot us. But it's luckily not an Outrage. So from that range, I mean, so now we can farm down the Snorlax perfectly, and that's basically the play you do. So you just shield once and then take that Snorlax out. So this is perfect for us. And now Swampert comes back and it's loaded on energy, so before it can throw something, I wanted to throw R, so we lower its attack, and then now it's gonna able to throw its attack. But we don't really have an answer again in the back besides our own Snorlax, and we should be able to get another Aqua Tail, and he's swapped into Metagross, which is still okay because the water damage is really good against Metagross. And guys, it's so funny, Metagross is everywhere. That's why I did such a good job with Lucario and able to gain so many points until the Garchomps started to show up. So that's when I had to change it. And now with Snorlax, which again I don't really enjoy playing with, it's not as great. But look at this. So we are back with the Magnezone, and it's so cool because it charges energy so quick, and you can just basically screw around with these opponents. And look at this. They weren't able to throw anything with the Metagross. The Metagross is just out, and we also already get a Mirror Shot. So this is just great. I mean, Magnezone, I keep saying it wrong. And then now we swap on a charge move is what was the plan. And then we just have a Snorlax. We could just lick it down, basically. This game is in our pocket right now. So we are doing actually pretty good in the first matchup. And then now, whatever it throws is still good. But just to be safe, I wanted to shield. Because I'm like, alright, let's just not be too cocky. Let's just use our shield. And then let's just throw our Body Slam. So that was game one. And I think the next one will be against the Garchomp, so I can show you guys what I was talking about earlier, because Garchomp is tricky, and Garchomp is such a good Pokemon. I wish I had one. I mean, I had one, I just don't have enough candies at the moment to able to max it out. But for next season, I will have it. But next season, guys, I'm gonna have, in the Master League finally, I'm gonna have a Dialga, a Shadow Mewtwo, and of course, a Melmetal or something like that. But that's my plan. So I'm gonna go into the Masters next season, and I'm gonna go epic in it with the Shadow Mewtwo, I hope at least. So now, against the Snorlax, all you want to do is just farm up. I'm hoping usually that they throw a Body Slam, so I won't have to shield before I throw my charge move, Wild Charge. But usually you can throw just two back-to-backs And even then, just invest into one shield if you get caught when you want to swap out, or you swap out on a charge move. I got caught, unfortunately, so I have to invest into one shield, because especially if it's a superpower, but it's just a body slam. So now I swap out right away, and I'm swapping into my Snorlax. And then this, probably an outrage, because it has or superpower, because he farmed up, yeah, outrage, see? Because he farmed up so much to energy, and there is the Garchomp. And he just quits at that point because he knew that my Snorlax has energy, and I could have just outraged it. It would have been a good matchup. So that's what I'm saying. So finally, when I saw a Garchomp with my Lucario team in the back, I was like, man, I'm out. So now the opponent feels that way, and with the Garchomp team, and they feel like, all right, I'm out. So it's cool because Garchomp was my ultimate enemy with the Lucario team. But now, because, you know, Lucario, because it has a metal typing in it, it's also not good against sand, and it's just not good against Garchomp. So anyway, so what you want to do here is, I usually invest into one shield because it could be a hurricane, or it could be something that hits heavy and we don't want that. So I just farm up, and then basically for two, but what I do is I throw a wild charge, and then I throw a mirror shot. And then now we got cut into two attacks, but this is just a Dragon Claw. Even though we debuffed, we don't need to shield here. And then we can just throw the mirror shot, which is perfect for us. And this will take it out, almost. Usually it will. It got out, right? Yeah. So, and then now we have, this is not what we want, but because we don't have anything to answer, we need to farm up, so it looks like it's an earthquake or double superpower. That's my always do, and I never shield here either, because if I would have shielded, then he would have definitely shielded my attack, but I want him to shield. But I needed that shield, if that makes sense. And now he probably thinks this is an earthquake. There we go. See, that's what you want to do. And then I just throw those body slams because they are pretty spammy. We should be able to get to the other body slam as well. There's no way he can, I don't think he can farm us down. Yeah, we can get to the body slam. Perfect, see? So either way, Snorlax is just so spammy with his body slam. That's what I'm saying, that Snorlax is just tanky and spammy. And now we swap out so he can farm us down, and we're gonna have to eat this, but this is fine because it's not very effective. And then now we are good, and then now it's a Gyarados. So this is tricky now, because we have Crunch, so this would be not super effective, but it will hit more than the Waterfall, and I mean Waterfall, the other move, so it hits neutral. So now we just basically farm down, but we're not gonna, this is I think where I make a mistake. I should have shielded this right here. I should have shielded this because Magnezone has nothing left. I thought Magnezone has more energy, and see, and now I just don't have enough. I could have farmed it down if I had more energy, so I messed it up. But if I would have shielded it, then I wouldn't be able to win this. Unfortunately, that's where I messed it up. So I wanted to point it out to you guys, that right there, that Gyarados, where I lost it, where I didn't shield that right there. Oh, and the set before I did a 5-0, and the set before I did a 4-1. So, because I don't know if you guys remember, but I went all the way down to 2000 and like, what was it, like 58 points from 2430 or 2440, something like that. So now I'm climbing back up, so with this team. So I'm excited because I haven't had that before, especially in Premier. And Premier, I usually, before we get to Premier, I go all the way up to the high ranks, rank 9, there's a rank 9 player, that was me last season. I just went from almost 2800 points to all the way down to 2100, so I feel bad for this player right here. So guys, remember, all we need to do, charge up for 2 wild charges, and then wait until they're going to throw basically a Dragon Claw. And then this, I just shield because I respect the fact that this could be something else, meaning Hurricane, which I'm always afraid of. But anyway, so now we can throw the back-to-back wild charge, sorry, not back-to-back. So you want to throw 1 wild charge and 1 mirror shot. And then this will take care of it, and usually they shield, especially if they have something sensitive to Magnezone in the back. There we go. So this is a sign for us, so we have to bail. And then now no matter what they throw, our Snorlax can tank it. And in Lucario's case, that's what didn't work out. With Lucario, if we would have swapped it in, that would have been bad. If we would have swapped in Gyarados, it would have been bad because Dragon Claw is super effective. So this is perfect, and now we have an Outrage. So what we are hoping for is that he doesn't expect we are throwing an Outrage, and it's doing pretty good damage, but it's not as good against Gyarados. Actually, Gyarados is pretty tanky. I wouldn't say pretty tanky, but it's more tanky than a Garchomp with the Outrage. Or I think it's the same, so because now that I think back. But either way, it's not gonna take care of the Gyarados, but it's taken low enough that we can come in basically with Magnezone or also with Gyarados. But we wanna bring in Magnezone because Magnezone can literally farm it down completely, just like that. Beautiful. And now we have all the energy that we need, and perfect. And then we just throw Mirror Shot, whatever it is, because he still has a shield, so I'm expecting that he's gonna shield. Perfect, because he's not gonna risk it. So now we can throw the Wild Charge, which will almost take care of that Magnezone right, I mean, whatchamacallit, I keep forgetting the name, Metagross right there. And then now our Gyarados can just come in and farm down and be no need to shield either. Whatever it is, we can survive. Even if it's a Psychic, we can survive this and we can farm down afterwards. Yep, perfect, it's just a Psychic. And then we can farm down, just farm. But here, we had to throw that Aqua Tail because the Dragon Claw is super effective and would have taken us out. So that would have been bad. So that's why now we can just farm it down. But he decides to quit after that. So that was good game, good match. And current season rank 9, he fall down all the way from 2600 or wherever he was to all the way into 2300. I know I got it. He is probably pissed. That's 300 points lost. I've been there, I understand. Now another bad lead, Swampert. So Swampert is, again, we try to do the same thing. So we're just gonna farm, and try to swap on the charge move, didn't work out. So now we have, this is probably a Sludge Wave. Swampert always runs Sludge Wave in Premier. Yep, this is fine, it's all right. We're just gonna farm and then keep going. This is Snorlax. So we're gonna farm up to look like that we are throwing a Hydro Pump, not the Aqua Tail. Hopefully to get a shield, but that didn't work out this time. Sometimes it works out. And then now this is probably a Body Slam. So we're just gonna let it go. We'll survive, yep. And then we can just throw the Aqua Tail. There was no need to shield because we were not able to get another Aqua Tail if we shield anyways. So there was just no point shielding. And then we were able to farm down pretty good. And then now we're gonna able to bring back in Magnezone and farm for energy, and we can tank whatever he throws. But we have to be careful, but I know it's only a Body Slam because he didn't have energy. So this is fine, we can just farm down and throw the Mirror Shot just to be safe, because you don't want to eat too many of those Body Slams because, you know, Magnezone is pretty, look at this, Magnezone is pretty glassy. But not as glassy as most of the Pokemon in this meta, and I know that he right away comes up with Swampert, so we had to swap out instantly, because you don't want to eat that Hydro Canyon, sorry. And then now he with Mamoswine, so this is not so great. So, because we are stuck. So I'm just throwing the Body Slams, I'm hoping that he's shielding, so we grab a shield. Okay, we grab the shield, so he still has one shield. So we're gonna throw another Body Slam. This is gonna be close. This is gonna be really close because I don't have a good matchup against neither of these Pokemon right now. The Magnezone has a better matchup, but it's so low, it cannot survive anything, and I just use my shield. So I should have let that one go. I still have one shield left, but I'm like, oh man, if I don't shield, I have no chance against that Swampert because Magnezone can't handle that Swampert. So now I swap out, throw the Wild Charge, but he still has a shield, so we are not sitting good. And I don't think I would have survived. I thought it would have taken care of it and farmed down. See, do you guys see that? So right, the plan was, I'm able to throw the Wild Charge, able to farm it down, and then Swampert comes in and has no choice, but the Swampert has to use its energy, dump it on my Magnezone, and then I'm able to finish up with my Snorlax. But that didn't work out at this point, so I don't think we're gonna be able to pull this up, guys. We are close, but it's not gonna happen there. I don't think the Hydro Pump will take us out from this range. We have like a little energy left, yep. We can throw that Body Slam. It would have worked out perfect if we were able to farm down the Mamoswine with the Magnezone, but unfortunately it didn't work out this time. Anyways, as you guys can see, Magnezone is pretty strong. So that was a 3-2. But after I just gained 150 points, and you know guys how it changes the meta as you go up. But this team was really good against Garchomp and basically the meta in Premier Cup. So I'm gonna continue climb with it and let you know how I do with it. But I just wanted to point out, because you guys have seen Magnezone before and it shines so much, I just wanted to show you that Magnezone is awesome. And the 5-0 set that I just did one before this, Magnezone was, oh my god, it was just awesome because I was running into double metal teams against other Magnezones and against other Metagross, and that was just awesome because you just give 2 shields to Magnezone and you just sweep the team basically. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching and come by tomorrow for the podcast.